Watcha. Hey, what your boys are, no one's doing today. As for me, a little tired. I don't know why. I think I'm sick. That's been a bug going around at work. It's been a bug going around at home. Hope you guys doing way better than I am. I have a few spicy topics today, in my opinion. And depending on how I feel, because I may cut it short today. You might see me do some pixel art. Ooh, I want to do some pixel art tonight. And Four Leaf, thank you for joining me as always. You know, you're consistent somehow, huh? I appreciate your time being here. Thank you. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about like more things that I would say a lot of Twitter weirdos and the such are doing as usual. I don't know if that's. I mean, at this point, it seems very usual, because we have some people, Japanese people particularly, being harassed online for their opinions, or just so happen to be sharing things that some people disagree with. Now, what's even more interesting than me is that these people who reply or harassing people are at least writing to them in Japanese, which makes things interesting, and why I say it's America's worst export. So we'll get right into that right away. So we'll switch over to the correct screen after I wipe. Yeah, again, right? I know. I'm sorry. I have to say it again. It's for similar reasons too. Imagine that, huh? Say similar reasons. So we'll get straight into it. We'll switch over to the desktop view if I have the right article open. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah. Cool. So we'll start out with the first story we have today from Bounding into Comics. We see here, the title is big. Japanese actress Ai Hashimoto issues apology after transgender activists harass her for voicing her opinion that public facilities should be quote, separated according to one's biological sex. That's a hot take in the West, here in Leafland and Burgerland, and it's kind of scary to see that some more natives over there, what it seemed to be natives of that country, speaking against this in more vitriol than you would expect from there. So I get the whole idea of like Japanese culture, and this is something I've noticed, that they have a collectivist idea about not bothering someone else, which is fine. So it's just weird that there's a difference in acting online as well. So we'll scroll down to more important parts here. So she posted a Instagram story here, and now obviously I don't read Japanese, but someone named Sarah Threema, I don't know, translated in basically saying that this is her saying that people who biological sex should just go to their particular washroom, which is, to me, a pretty fair statement, because like that's what washrooms are for. And I may actually, Four Leaf, I don't know if you'll disagree with what I say here, but I'm I forgot my line of thought there. Oh no, I forgot. I will say that thing when I remember it. But biological sex, I feel that's totally valid to say. And that's what else is here. Oh, yeah, perhaps LGBTQ plus people may feel like they're forced to endure. This makes my heart hurt to imagine. But as a woman, I would be wary and fearful of their physical encounter a male person in a facility where I would not be able to talk and communicate with the other person, no matter what the gender of mine they are. They don't mind to hurt what kind of attitude. Okay, right, that's what I wanted to address. So I personally don't like the word gender. It's the hot take. The word gender to me is a stupid word, and even worse, knowing the history of it. I don't know if you guys have heard of a famous doctor named John Money. So I can't remember exactly where, but he emigrated somewhere, I think from Australia. I want to say Australia, somewhere, some Commonwealth country, to Canada. and he was a sexologist. That's his title. That was one of his titles. And he did a lot of studies around gender, and he was kind of the person that coined the term, right? So this is why I don't like it, because he then used that to, well, part of that to then try to prove a theory that, oh, okay, someone's like the way a person presents themselves, whatever, like, feminine or masculine, is just depending on how someone is raised. And this is a really sad story. It's a bit more local to me because it actually affects Canadian people. So he was in Canada. He tried to study this whole thing about, okay, it's more about how someone's raised, how they'll act masculine or feminine, versus it's a nature. So nature versus nurture kind of thing is what he was going for. And so there was a pair of twins. I can't remember their names. Oh man, I really don't remember the names. So both of them had a circumcision done. And accidentally, one of the twins, hi Revy. Wow, nice to see you, dude. I'm talking about Dr. John Money, if you want to, catch up on that. And so there was a botched circumcision. Say what you will about circumcisions. And so because of that, I don't know why, but the parents went to Dr. John Money and said, okay, what do we do with this? And you're like, okay, how about I raise your botched kids, the kid who's botched penis, as circumcision as a girl, and your regular kid, your other boy, as a boy. Yes, it's an awful story. It's an awful story. And it was really creepy because this guy, Money, he we'll use him as experiment. And he even like made the kids like do simulated sexual acts on each other, which was really weird. And it messed up that one kid a lot. Well, it actually messed up both of them quite hard. Eventually, when he found out, he actually identified as his like actual sex. Okay. And so that's why I don't personally like to use the word gender, because it comes from a place of, I don't know how to say it. It's just immoral. So that's why I personally don't like it. And plus, it's much more concrete to argue about. Sounds like Bridget from Guilty Gear. I don't know much about Bridget though. I do know that, like, I don't know if I want to say what they are actually. 'Cause I know Bridget's a dude, like for sure. His like biological sex is a dude, but I think he has to act feminine for lore reasons. I don't remember exactly that. And I don't know exactly if he actually identifies as a guy still. So, anyways, because of that whole thing there, I'm like, I don't like using the word gender, because it's a very uncomfortable thing. Always gives me the doom face. Yeah, it does, dude. Hi Skittles, thanks for joining me, by the way. Yeah, it's an awful story, and it's the kind of the start of this whole gender idea thing. Like, I'd be much more comfortable personally using the word transsexual. That's much more accurate than gender, because gender is just so amorphous. It's so like hard to define. It's like, well, that doesn't help anyone actually understand what this is, you know? So like it works for a lot more people who try to use transgender to say, oh, I'm non-binary, all of that sort of thing. But again, that means that it even more strict. It seems to be, oh, I'm not Raymer. That's his name. Thank you for leave. Yeah, Raymer. That's the family and his twin brother. And unfortunately, he got really messed up. He was able to speak up his story, but I think he got a lot of mental trauma from that, and eventually he did commit suicide. And I believe, I want to say it was at least one of the pair of twins committed suicide, unfortunately. Really sad story. Lore. Bridget was born a twin boy, yeah. Where the superstition that village is so parents groomed and raised him as a girl. Oh, yeah, that's not fun. That's some interesting lore though. The doctor made the kids do simulated sexual. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Like, if you want to look it for yourself, Dr. John Money, I'm not trying to speak any falsities here, you know. So that's why I'm personally not comfortable with the word gender. And hey, I might be just saying a hot take here. I'd rather use the word sex. I'd rather use the word transsexual. It's much more clear, right? I think people who try to use gender to then identify as all these other things, it's just like you're just complicating things. Why did he do it to them? Like as I mentioned earlier, it was his study into if how someone acts. So if someone how they act feminine or more masculine is due to either nurture versus nature. That's his main thing he was trying to prove. Like, okay, if you nurture someone in a particular way, they'll end up being much more feminine or masculine. Or if you nurture them this other way, or maybe by nature as just being born this particular sex, you are then naturally, inclined to be more of that one sex. So like if you're born a man, you're more inclined to be more masculine. Or if you're born a woman, you're generally leaning towards feminine. Like, sure, there are exceptions, right? Like, absolutely exceptions. However, exceptions don't make the rule. And it was really messed up that he tried to do that sort of thing. So, yeah, a bit of a tangent there about that. But yeah, so Miss Hashimoto was speaking to this about, so raise your voice, so the hazards of sexual assault, I'm grateful for I see it. So I understand that why she drew ire from people. I just read that word. From many activists. So see, it is Japan's people here. They decry the actresses as a transphobic bigot. Whoa, it's really funny when people say that too. It's funny when people use the word blank phobic as well. To me, I've talked about how I find it stupid how people misuse words, because phobic means that you have a irrational fear, right? And people aren't afraid of trans people generally. They may be uncomfortable with them, but that's not exactly fear. In this instance, I can kind of get it because she is fearful of being sexually assaulted, which is a natural thing. Because if women are in a vulnerable place like a changing room or a washroom, they don't really want a guy there. No matter if the guy is a good guy or not, you don't know. But it's just like supposed to be more of a safe, I don't like using the word, safe space for women in the washrooms or change rooms. I've stopped caring about the word phobic. Yeah, I know. The phobic thing is really... because people misuse these phobic words a bit too much, it's personally lost its meaning to me as well. I totally feel you there. So someone responded. So this is translated from Instagram, Twitter. So actually, we'll read this part. I don't know how this is translated, but last night I saw the actor was posting transphobic content. Found out in the middle of the night, blah, 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 office. So, praying she would please stay in her lane, which is weird. Yeah, I know, Google's awful. Which is why I want to learn again about how to learn Japanese. But yeah, so they feel like this was based off lies, which it's not untrue. I don't think there's lies that she's speaking of, but it's speaking from the heart, just from the idea that women generally like to be in a place that's women. It's just for women. Generally, they feel like that. And I'll put another hot take out there. I'll put another hot take out there. Okay. Many trans people do not pass, and the whole goal should be passing. I respect that. I don't wish upon that ailment on anyone. It's difficult to do go through that sort of thing, but there are some people who definitely say they're transgender, but I think they're part of the whole like transgender thing. I know a lot of hot takes tonight, huh? Damn. there are people that don't really care about passing. Yeah, I know. I know there's people who don't care about passing, but like there's some weird theories going out there. Well, actually, not weird. I don't think it's weird. Because there's that one swimmer, Leah Thomas. If you guys heard of her, she claims to be transgender, but seems to still be very, very masculine. And there have been things that people found out about this person that on their own personal Instagram, so not public facing, that points them more to be into that fetish that they want to be seen as a woman. Now, it's fine to have your fetishes, but don't bring them outside the bedroom. So, I'm less trusting of Leah Thomas myself in that manner. I know that's another. Wow, just hot take after hot take tonight. Maybe being tired and sick is bad for me. But yeah, I don't have to. You know, people won't cancel me yet, right? Fetish. I can't remember the name of the fetish. But there is a particular fetish of like people who like to be seen as the other sex, but not like entirely. So, and maybe people might be mistaking their fetishes for being a transgender. That I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people like that. Some people, and I feel like, hey, you know, you can have your fetish, but like don't put it to the world. Like, actually, similarly, I don't understand. I understand, but I don't like that pride parades. Totally fine things. No, not catfish. I don't remember the word. But it's definitely not like, oh, I'm trying to catfish. No, they just like to be seen as the opposite sex, despite still identifying as their, or like, born sex. So I want to speak about, like, people publicizing their fetishes, which is really weird. Okay. If it's like cross-dressing, but more extreme. I don't know how else to put it. I don't remember the word. So, to continue on that, you know, word about drag, not even drag. Like, I can't remember. I know it's not drag either. I really want to remember this now. Okay, Leah Thomas. Let's see. Let me find this word.
For yourself.
Autogynephilia. That's the word I'm looking for. So let me make sure I have that right word though. Autogynephilia. Derived from the Greek word love of oneself as a woman, is a term coined by Blanchard, a male's propensity to be sexually aroused by the thought of himself as being female. So that's strictly a fetish. And not transgender. So it still means that he wants to be a guy. So yeah, I feel like that's what some people might be mistaking as a fetish for being transgender. And so let me finish my thought about the whole thing I said about pride parades. So pride parades, fine, you know, you can be proud of what you are. But what I find more strange is when people use it to say, okay, let's show all of our kinks. Let's have people in gimp suits on the parade in public in front of children. Those things belong. Those acts, those outfits belong in the bedroom. Why is this being paraded around? Now, I have never been to a pride parade at my local city, but I've seen enough of them to be like, that's not appropriate for the public eye. Those are the things that you do in your bedroom. Keep it in the bedroom. You know, I don't know how else to say it. That's it's fine. You can have whatever sexuality you want. You can be whatever gender you want. You can show that. Fine. But what do you do in the bedroom? Keep that in the bedroom. It's really weird. I don't get it. Why do people need to show off to kids that, yes, I like to be in gimp suits. I like to have this kind of fetish gear on at home. It's like, yeah, that should be staying at home. So, yeah, a lot of people are mistaking and even co-opting, I guess, pride parades to show off their fetishes to the world, because I guess they get off to that too. Which No, I don't want to be participating in someone else's fetish. Thank you very much. So I know that's another hot take, huh? Whew. Just I don't know how many. She actually got a counter for that, huh? But let's see. Let's see. I don't know what this. Whose line is this? Another activist claimed that Hashimoto's post was transphobic because they believe the discussion regarding trans women was based on lies. Oh yeah. Since I don't have any say persistently, don't get involved in about transgender women's spaces. The discussion topic itself is complicated. Complicit in trans discrimination because argument itself is based on false rumors. They disingenuously argued. Oh, I see. Bounding into the comics and taking a particular side. Hashimoto is on board with trans hate, and it's hard to do nothing. Wow. That is really disingenuous right there. That is so disingenuous to say that she's on trans hate just because of what she said. Like, it's like to assume someone's position, just based on what they said. Like, hate is a hard word. Like, it's very harsh word. So like, even someone as aware, sincere as I, Hashimoto, and speak out with sincerity can make mistakes. This is how clever she may debate over trans people in women's spaces. What is going on right now? They added, I'm sure that it's even more hateful for ordinary people who are just going into it with little more than a sense of human rights and a bit of small talk. I mean, what rights are needed for trans people? I'm confused about that because I keep hearing people saying trans rights. Okay, trans rights to what exactly? I've actually kind of wondered, like, what rights do trans people require? What do they have? What do cis people have that trans people don't in rights? I'm actually quite curious now. I haven't thought of that question until today. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I never thought about that. After facing backlash, transphobia, Hashimoto followed up with an initial post of apology. Big mistake. Apologizing. Ugh. Hormones, pills, surgeries. No one has a right to, like, pills. Okay, what rights do I? Okay, I'm what they call a cisgender, right? So what rights do I have to hormones, pills, or surgeries? Honestly, that, like, they don't. Like, really, if I have the means, I'll get the things I need. Like, okay, obviously I don't need hormones, but let's say healthcare, right? Let me speak from my perspective here. As a Canadian, every Canadian has the same rights to healthcare as any other person, just it being cis or transgender. So, what rights do they need? Exceptionalism. I mean, I feel like exceptionalism is a big thing too. Because what I've realized is that a lot of countries in the West these days have become focused on a more of a minoritarian society than being an actual democracy, which is odd because that's not how democracies work. You don't work on the minority, you work on what the majority wants. And realistically, transgender people are less than 1% of the population. Right? So why serve the needs of that in that other way as well? I think the pills supply shouldn't just rely. Okay, but that's not a right issue. Then it's not a rights issue. Because again, I'm gonna speak from my perspective as a Canadian. It's not a rights issue. It's more of a economic issue then. Right? Like that's not a trans issue. That's an economic issue. If someone can't afford these surgeries and hormones and pills, okay, but you're not entitled to products because that's what these things are: hormones, pills, and surgeries. Right? Technically, they are products. Even more so if you talk about private healthcare. Right? So, again, what rights are trans people wanting? That's a genuine question. That's an actual genuine question. Oh gosh, man, that's open to kind of. I actually am curious now. I need to do some digging, huh? So she responded with this here, says she's sorry. Knowing people hurt his feelings, no feelings at all. So many feelings. So I'd say that's a bit of a mistake to apologize. Because most people will just continue attacking. To exist in the same public space as same space as cisgender people. I'll comment on that in a moment. Then I think I have an idea on that. Okay, but she apologized. So Hashimoto's browbeating by activists simulating such images a blaze of discourse as to why. And now there's some solidarity with Hashimoto, which I appreciate. One of those here's in corner numerous members of LGBTQ, including President of LGBT Command and Japan and transgender man Ryo Tatsuki. Not only support for the actress, but directly challenge her activist harassers. Oh, respect to Ryo, man. Okay, awesome. Because people were bullying her. This person, I won't. Oh, this guy. Okay, defended her. I respect that. You know, because I think there's not enough people actually over on Western Twitter saying, "Hey guys, stop bullying people. It's not a good look." You know, there's not enough. I'm not saying there don't exist. There's not enough. There's too many people promoting hatred and dogpiling than necessary. So I full respect to Tatsuki here. I love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So now I'm gonna we'll fit into the story. There's another related story actually after this. So it's not good. Absolutely 4-leaf. I agree with that. So okay, I'm gonna continue arguing you 4-leaf. I'm gonna because I this is very interesting to think about. Okay, so you're in this argument, you're saying that trans people want the right to exist in the same spaces as people in the public. So just cisgender people. Okay. I don't know how that's a right that needs to be gained, because as long as, and this is going to sound transphobic, okay, in some people's eyes, but if you pass and don't make a fuss about it, there's no fuss. There's no rights to be gained here. I still have to ask again. That's not a right. That's just existing without causing trouble for people. So, what rights do trans people want? That I don't know. I want an answer to that now. I'm super curious. Like, let's do some quick Google. Trans rights. What? You know what? I'm gonna well, Wikipedia. Wikipedia. I'm gonna read this. I know it's not a trusted source, okay? So I'm gonna be honest. Transgender rights movement. So the transgender rights movement is a movement to promote legal status of transgender people to limit discrimination, violence, and against transgender people regarding housing, employment, public accommodation, education, and healthcare. Legal status. Okay, so let's say limit discrimination. I wonder what kind of discrimination, like, honestly. Because when I thought trans rights, I thought people who simply want to live. I mean, everyone wants to live, right? So, if you don't make again, this is where I had to say, if you don't make a fuss about it, there won't be any issues, right? Like, so let's see. So let's go with what Wikipedia says here, right? So they want the legal status of trans people to eliminate discrimination. So what I can see here is like, oh, okay, discriminated against because they want to, let's say, play in particular sports. If they want to play in particular, that's not fair, because especially if you look at how some transgender athletes have performed. Well, Leah Thomas is a great example. They have a natural advantage by having longer arms, longer legs, a lot of surface area to go across the water. That's already unfair. I don't see any successful trans athletes in the opposite direction, right? Any trans female to male successful athletes, I don't see any. Um, Violence. I mean, no one should be hurt in general, so I don't know why that's a point for trans rights. It's not a right not to be violent towards to be a victim of violence. It's not a right. It's just like, hey, safety is nice, so I think everyone deserves that. So I don't know why that's exclusively a cisgender thing. But housing, employment, public accommodations. So let's see, housing. I don't know why people would. I don't get the housing thing. Employment. I can see that though, because like certain jobs just require a biological female and male. This inherently. Public accommodations. I don't know what kind of public accommodations are exclusive to cis people. Education. A right to education. No one has a right to education either. But education's good. A right to healthcare, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. A major goal of transgender activism is to allow changes to identification documents from with a person's current gender identity without the need for sex surgery and silent surgery. Oh, yeah, there it is. So again, Wikipedia. The major goal of transgender activism will allow changes of identification documents to inform the person's current gender without the need for sex reassignment surgery or medical requirements, which is known as self-gender identification. Part of the broader, it is part of the broader LGBT rights movement. Self-identification is bullshit. Like, do I get to diagnose my sicknesses? I don't get to do that. Yeah. So let me read what you guys are saying here. The implication is that the power structure is somehow discriminating against trans people. Yeah, I want to know what is discriminating against, right? Trans rights is the human right. A slogan that is actually stupid. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're human, right? At the end of the day. Like, seriously, as if the ones who say it want their rights to be above others also. Hi, Guts, by the way. Thanks for coming. Broader shoulders, denser bones. Yeah, like, there's like, general differences between the sexes. There's no going around that, right? Just a fact. Are there some men that have the structure of a woman's body? Absolutely. That's an exception, not the rule. Are there women that are built similar to men, like the average man? Absolutely. An exception, not the rule, right? So to me, right, from my perspective, it looks like a lot of these trans rights are trying to get this minority, group of people to have more rights than a normal person does. This is that minoritarian idea that I have brought up earlier. And that's why I'm curious, like, why are we serving less than 1% of the population? What's this need for representation when, again, these people are less than 1% of the population? Now, I also want to bring in a funny thing, which is when we talk about representation in media, right? I don't know, it's just me, but I don't need to have someone who is exactly like me in so many ways to relate to the character or person. If you're a human and you have the right, you have empathy, it's pretty easy to relate to someone. Domination probably is what I'm looking for. I always thought that they want social acceptance. What they want is domination. No discrimination against trans people, but just acceptance. I mean, I don't see anything people being against them. Like, I know there's all the exceptions, but most people are like, yeah, you're just a regular person. Cool. Most people are cool. Most people are really good with other people. So, yeah, I don't know. Social acceptance is pretty easy to come by. It's when you make a big deal about, like, look at me, I'm a different thing. That's where it becomes a problem, right? And really, it's more difficult to even have social acceptance, right? Because it's just human nature to see something different and be uncomfortable with it. That's just a natural thing. I can't blame people. Whenever someone tells us they want them to kowtow. Whenever someone disagrees with them, they want them removed. Yeah. That seems like a lot, and that's like what we're going back to with this Ryo Tatsuki person, right? He said, hey, this is a bad look. Why are we bullying people? If we want more social acceptance, we should stop acting like people that people would have contempt and hate towards. Because I don't know if it's just people. I don't like bullies. I've said that before. Right? So it's really funny. Interesting. Interesting guts. Huh. Okay. So actually, now I want to move on to a somewhat related story, actually. They actually even mentioned this story in the other one. People who stoop to low to it with a lot. Yeah, it's really awful. They're just bad people out there, right? And that's just how it is. You have to accept. We have to accept it, right? We try to minimize it where we can. On Twitter, there are trans people admit to buying. Pick me. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that word. Oh, so much. Ugh. It's just a way to dismiss people. Yeah. It's really weird because I have this community, but obviously it's only if you agree with me kind of a thing, right? Like that's really weird. Which reminds me of a similar thing. Oh gosh, wow. Yeah, when let's say talk about like feminism again, right? When they say, okay, we want women's rights, we want women to be able to do whatever they want. Like we should have women who are firefighters, we want women who are great filmmakers, we want women in all these other fields. Great. We'll champion them. Great. Okay, cool. Like people who want to be great, all power to them. But then when a woman's like, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom and be a traditional wife, they're like, no, you can't do that. It's like, what? But you said a woman can be whatever they want. Do they not? Are they not allowed to be a stay-at-home mom and live their best life that way? Huh? I don't know, man. You're not allowed. It's surreal to see other trans people acting like towards trans people. Yeah, it is. I allow it if they want to put effort. Yeah, put effort. Right? There's too much low effort. that's a spicy way to put it. So we'll move on to the and if they won't stop other women, yeah, right. Allow people to do what they want. And it's really weird when they restrict it. It's like, nah, you can't do it. So we'll move on to a similar story. Original Silent Hill 2 art director Masahiro Ito responds after being attacked for retweeting Matt Walsh's definition of a woman. Says, activists don't have any interest in LGBTQ and just want to attack someone they don't like. That's a direct quote from Ito here. So we go to this tweet here. So this person, MT Yamamoto, tweets this, and apparently Mr. Ito retweeted this. Now I don't know if you know anything about Matt Walsh. He's a interesting guy in my opinion. Very logical kind of guy, and he gets a little too much hate than is deserved in my opinion. So yeah, Walsh isn't a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. Like, it is too much hate around him. So this is a clip from a Dr. Phil episode, and they had him and two transgender people on there, and this clip got famous because what do people not like Matt Walsh? Well, Matt Walsh, there's a lot of things I can say that why people hate him. He's on the side of just facts, right? And he became famous as well for this particular clip of Dr. Phil, as well as his documentary film, What is a Woman, where he tried to figure out from both sides of the spectrum of the opinions on what it are, to be like, what is a woman? And I am of the camp, as I said earlier, I believe in just the binary sex, like, and it's even more funny because in this documentary he tried to prove that, okay, people are really uncomfortable what defining a woman is. Like, why not? Because it becomes an ethereal thing, and like, well, it's not going to help women if you can't define what they are, especially if you're trans person. Okay, how do you help them? What are you transitioning to if you don't know what it is you're transitioning to? Because a lot of the answers when he asked these two people, like, okay, what is a woman? They're like, whoever identifies as a woman. See, but like, okay, what is a woman then? Whoever identifies. Okay, but that's a circular definition. How to help anyone understand something, right? Someone in the 20th century who tried to do that by feeding them estrogens ended up necking themselves. Ooh. Ouch. 20th century. Who is that? I'm interested who that is. But yeah. So because of this retweet here, because Matt Walsh basically has said, yeah, like you use the word woman just to do whatever you want with it. It's just this flowery, ethereal thing. It's like, oh wow, okay. And because he retweeted it, he got some words here from other people. So according to Mog JP2, if nice in a world with gender identity as male, female, etc., accepted as human beings without prejudice, as the assumption of definition gender is not broken. Which again, this is why I have contention with the word gender. It's so ethereal. It doesn't help anyone understand another person. Retweets quickly found them behind Silent Hill series. Across his West's more vocal transgender activists. Oh boy, good job. One of the first to press Ito was Price Ultra, who inquired first to retweet. I know the politics are different in Japan and USA, but I hope the retweet doesn't mean that you're opposed to trans rights of people. It would make me sad to oppose the existence of me and people in real life, especially since your work is meaningful to me. So I see, this is really funny here, okay? Now I'm gonna just jump on the throat and say this. It would make me sad. This is me and people in public. Making it a more personal issue than it should be. Realizing that the context of the tweets has been lost in translation, this guy bluntly requests his critic, do not use Google Translator, as also read thread in Japanese. Also read it. Yeah, I wonder who this guy is too, Guts. You gotta tell me. Very sorry for misunderstanding. Apologize, Ultra. In turn, before going to ignore his request and continue pressing him in English. Oh, Raymer! We were just talking about Raymer! Hey, yeah, we're just talking about John Money, actually, earlier. And why I don't like the word gender. Yeah, God, yeah, Raymer, God, yeah, we were just talking about them. Police, creators, Twitter activity. Yeah, right? It's separating the art from the artist. Imagine that. I can't speak English, so I'm just gonna use automatic translations. It's like I don't know. I'm gonna ignore what the guy said earlier. These pics below on my Instagram what said. Additional apologies that jumped in the gun. I got worried Matt Walsh is a theocratic fascist who is very bigoted. What? What does theocratic mean? I actually don't know that. Relating to an existing of government resists the rule of name of God. Oh, theology. Okay, that, like, I can understand him being theocratic, but him being a fascist? Nah. Oh, hi, Kozaku-chan. Welcome back to the chat. Atomic Heart is the next Hogwarts legacy. Yeah, it has been. Theocratic means religious as fuck, which is not really. Oh, he's not really, huh? Okay. Like, I know he has some, like, theological things here and there, but okay. I'll take your word on that, Guts. I'm not surprised people would be very hyperbolic about how a person is. I mean, I get clicks these days. Understandably annoyed, Ito responded, "Don't use automatic translator and read the thread. If you can't read Japanese, please remove." Straight to the point. Good job, Ito. Following this brief interaction, the frustrated art director vent to proceed to vent. I reviewed 2 tweets in definition of word woman. Many Westerners who can never understand Japanese and the context still despise me. LMAO, of course, I'll block all of them. Based. Not one city espouse certain fascist talks. Yeah, I agree, right? I don't think he's a fascist at all. Again, people like to be hyperbolic. People like using big words like that to paint people in a bad light, and the words lose their meaning. I love seeing that. From their usual attempt to provide context for his tweets, I really don't know who he is in the image of the tweet. Point of the tweet is I retweeted definition of the word woman. He cares about the word woman. He doesn't care about who Matt Walsh is. People are like, oh my god, you follow Matt Walsh. You must be alt-right. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh god, alt-right. What an awful word too. It's so vague. Nowadays, people use the word arbitrary in Japan. A woman actor was attacked on the net the other day. We were just talking about that just earlier. For Ito explanation to qualify with backlash. Can you just please explain in English your stance on trans folk? To which the artist directly explained, in the first place, I'm not transphobic. Can you just please explain in English? No. I love it. You can't get around any kind of transphobia, so no Twitter, blah 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 blah. Equal representation is important. See, that's the funny. Equal representation. It's not about, proper representation anymore. Huh. That's very particular language. Equal representation. Maybe the reason trans right bothers you so much is because you're the only one who isn't educated on the matter. Which is okay. Whoa! Educate yourself. Did they just say educate yourself? Oh, I love seeing that phrase. It's just like there's no will to actually engage in conversation then. My favorite phrase. It reminds me when an inside edition of Andrew Tate, a far-right influencer, I don't really see him as a never said anything racist. Educate yourself is what they say when they are losing. Yeah, absolutely. Andrew Tate, yeah. I know people call Andrew Tate far-right. Sure, he's hyperbolic. Sure, he says a lot of weird things. He's not far-right. He's totally not far-right. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, but yeah, God, I hate educate yourself. That's just a blanket phrase. Just be, I give up. I don't know what to tell you. Look it up yourself. Like, if you know so much, then just do it yourself. Decried. People are too willing to overlook that he's siding with an actress who made transphobic comment. Oh yeah, oh gosh. Frustrated by his critics in response to Nurse Scissor's observation that it was really weird to see people advocate for being positive and polite, act so rude. Yes. See, that's that whole hug box I've talked about before. Like, wow, for people who are really inclusive, you're being really toxic. Ichigo would reply, their attitude makes me think that, in fact, they don't have any interest in LGBTQ. Performative? And just want to attack someone who they don't like. Performative, huh? Educate yourself means that they don't want to talk to you and they can't say anything. Yeah, absolutely, right? This is beautiful. I love it, right? They're just getting owned. To clarify, I'm not transphobic, he began. Transgender should be treated equally as cisgender. Totally fine. And it's not should, they are, in general, right? And again, it's making the exceptions. That's when like people are actually taking problems with you. If you want to be treated differently, if you want like, oh, look at me, I'm transgender. It's like, okay, so what? Like, live your best life. Don't need to do that. Don't make that your whole personality. There's so many people like that. Because they're being shat on by someone who doesn't play their delusions. If I'm going to be honest, if they're going to say educate yourself, they may as well provide some links. Right? At least give some links, dude. If you're actually going to say that, at least go through some effort, right? Which is why, and actually some other guts. This is why I don't like the word gender, because the whole John Money thing, right? We just talked about that. And because it's coined by a pervert. At the end of the day, he's just an outright pervert. Sexologist, he calls himself, or what a title he is. But also, using the word gender does actually play into these games, right? So that's why I carefully use the word sex. But yeah, response to my last, that's right. Sadly, we're dealing with a lot of these narcissists who cannot live by their words. Absolutely. Not only narcissists, not lazy narcissists, but lazy narcissists who just want to virtue signal, who just want to be a little mouthpiece just because they can, right? It seems like retweeting the Matt Wall screen misled you, acknowledge. But I did as a context with different woman, that is all. I agree. Continuing his thoughts in Japanese. So it's again a translation. I personally do not have a clear answer and definition of male-female, but the goal must be to create a society where LGBTQ women and men can live equally. However, in order to make inclusive definition that makes account to complexity of sex of gender identity, see that's where it becomes complicated. I feel like the number of words used to describe male and female is too large to be complete. I always use LGBTQ because of the sake of convenience, the character limit included. But when we talk about different male-female, we tend to forget the existence of non-binary, etc. I think it's not bringing the words male-female into that point. So, I like his good resolution here. It might not satisfy a lot of people who looked at him, but I do disagree, and it's fine to disagree. I don't like that the word male and female are there because that's part of the whole gender thing. I said it before. We just gotta go male female because again, a lot of these people who are on this thing that are not just LGB, right? Like if you're not LGB, you're not a sexuality, so that's a different thing. And a lot of these things are genders, and it's too complicated. It's too complicated. It's part of a less than 1% kind of person. And why do we need? I want to say, why do we need to tolerate that? If given the chance between going after a real life situation where their effort can make a difference and for someone defenseless, they will pick the latter. Yeah, again, lazy, right? I agree. I'm sick and tired of people getting offended over nothing, like they look like a fool. Absolutely, right? On a related topic, actually, we have a good, really related topic about fictional people being people being angry about fictional people or characters, right? I actually stumbled upon a tweet. You guys might be familiar with a company called Phase Connect. They have a lot of fun VTubers, like Pip and Pipka, and what's her name again? Fuck. Tenma. I love Tenma. She's actually great. And they have this character named Yuri. She made this fun tweet. I don't know if anyone's annoyed by my like roundabout explanation, so I hope that's entertaining you. Yeah. I love Face Connect. They're actually so based. Like I actually want to see more of them. Like they actually have, I think, the true talent freedom. So this tweet here is really great. So she asks, "What's up with the normie and hate invasion about in the VTuber community lately? Like, go away." She does reply, "Everyone's getting attacked lately for their type of avatar, their covers, music, their content, by a bunch of people who don't even know what the Gora is. I don't understand why I come in space where you clearly don't have any knowledge of and then complain about it." Absolutely. So she nothing happened to her. I just find that she's acknowledging something that's happening, and it's not new, right? I know she says lately, but a couple of years ago there was a big kerfuffle about people speaking for the VTuber community and saying, "Oh, you can't have a lolly model." It's like, why not? This is a character. This is expression. Why not? And I think a lot of the problem is, like she says, normies, where these people come into the space and just try to say, "Hey, this is not allowed," even though they don't know what's going on here. Because there are people who come in as VTubers and like know nothing about the anime culture that surrounds it. And they're like, "Why is this in here?" I'm like, it's in here because it's always been in there. And there's nothing wrong with fictional characters in the way they are. Frankly, I'm annoyed by normies who risk the VTuber. Absolutely. Respect to Pippa and Temmo for not caring. Absolutely. These are people who never had any dedication spaces they don't know about. Exactly, right? They don't actually dedicate themselves. They just see a thing they don't like. They want to change it because they don't like it. It's like, okay, bro. Like, do you know anything about this space? Nah, you don't. So like, yeah, this is actually quite related to what we're talking about, where people don't put effort in the right places, where they talk about, okay, I'm gonna just complain about fictional characters. There's a story last week, I can't remember. But basically, like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, we're talking about Fire Emblem Engage, where they removed a relationship with two characters that are obviously not the same age, right? Very, very large age gap, one being a minor in the story. But it's like also, who are you protecting? That character is a minor in a video game. They're fictional. Who are you protecting? Like seriously, like put your efforts somewhere else. Then actually protect real people. And again, I keep bringing this up, but like, never trust localizers. Absolutely. They like, and maybe instead of putting effort into just virtue signaling, actually like help out real people. And then we'll try to bring their shitty standards into places like we like. Yep, I'm so annoyed when people choose like no lolicons, shoda, when they're sharing the same space as Kizuna and Guagura. Yeah, absolutely right. But they try. I'm from what I've seen, they don't really try to attack those characters because they know they have a bigger backing. Because if you guys haven't noticed, there's been a lot of crackdown on with certain companies saying, "Hey, we don't want you bad talking our talents." So yeah, I like that. Choose to play Fire Emblem level of censorship. Yeah, unfortunate. That's how it is. But yeah, they don't try to attack bigger guys. I know they don't know what they're talking about when they say, you know, no lolicon shodos, whatever, that sort of thing. So it's really odd. They don't know what they're talking about. They're coming into space. Because like, yeah, it's just a natural thing. And again, these are fictional characters, so like, what's the problem with it? Video games cause violence, right? Because if you play violent video games, you can become violent. If you have video games with fictional characters having relationships, you know, you're gonna want those kind of relationships in real life, right? Me playing, you know, what was it, Cooking Mama? That making me a chef? Like, am I a professional chef because of that? I've played, what was that, Microsoft Flight Simulator back in the day. Am I a pilot? You know? So, yeah, it's really funny when people say like, "Oh, you consuming this media will make you that thing." It's like, yeah, I don't think so. They know cover corp with two of them. Absolutely. When it comes to Fire Emblem, they don't have an issue with child soldiers. Oh, exactly, right? They don't exactly. There's so many other things you'd be talking about. Like, okay, so like, are you advocating for child soldiers then if you play Fire Emblem? Because that definitely is a thing. These normals are tourists and cannot separate fiction from reality. Absolutely. Help me separate fiction from reality. That's the funny thing, right? People don't know how to do that. There's seemingly adult characters in relation with a seemingly child character. Right? Okay, yeah, right? But the thing is, character. There's no promotion of that in real, like, there's no they're not promoting that in real life in the game, right? So, what's the problem? It's fictional. It's fantasy. Separate. I don't understand how people don't know how to separate that. It's so weird. It's like, damn. Like, what's a good comparison? Like, no, I have a good comparison. Yeah. These people have shit parents for not being able to teach them how to see the difference. Yeah, I think that's part of it. But like, how do people not like, this is a piece of fictional work. This is like real life. Fiction does not represent real life. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, so it's really funny to see this tweet talking about how normies they're always gonna be there, right? And it's funny because like she's noticing it now, right? And sorry, Yuri, it's been happening forever, basically. Even in the anime space, there are people coming into it. I at one point welcomed Japanese media being more accessible, being less gatekeepy, but nah. I should have gatekept harder. Should have gatekept harder, guys. Vice made a documentary saying Japan promotes CP in anime, but they made a documentary about defending pedos. I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. Oh, God. I shouldn't be surprised. I know about the defending pedos thing. I didn't know about the like promoting CP thing. God. It's not cuties for sure. Like Vice, I'm not surprised at this kind of thing. The fact that fatherless meme is becoming a thing because normies and tourists can't seem to affect fictional people in society. Well, that's fatherless behavior, right? Skill issue, definitely. Not being able to separate fact from fiction, huh? It's really funny that. Yeah, I guess so. Cuties. There's a lot of bad stuff going around that. Yeah. it usually comes up when we talk about how people think about media and like children, because it's even funny because like uh people excuse like, oh, but like you gotta like use that movie, like, because they're using a movie so you how to show you how like, children can be exploited. Madam, you were the director exploited children to make this film. Maybe just use actors that look like really young and say this character is this age instead of like actually using real children. Like, is it weird to theorize that maybe the director, she made this film to satisfy her own fetishes about children doing those sort of dances? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, that's creepy to think about. I want to bang my head every time I hear about the damned curse movie. Yeah, because they can't stand girls doing cute things and fictional settings, taking their money and attention. You know what's great? What was it? Slice of life anime. Because of that reason, I'm okay with watching cute girls do cute things. My first thought was what was the name again? K-On! K-On is classic. I heard it was made by women, even knowing she's Muslim. I don't remember much about that director. I am gonna go to another tab and say that and see. QT's movie. Coming of age drama by... Not gonna try to pronounce her name. Raised in Paris. She... Oh, that explains a lot. Let me see if I can find a good source on that. Source 3, Wikipedia. Sure, let's try it. French dad brings home a second wife. Wow. So the director of Cuties grew up in a polygamous household with 2 moms. Now I'm wondering then because I was surprised because Muslim families actually do have that feature. It's not much about her family, huh? Let's see this. Let's see if I can find it. No. I don't want the ads. Get out of my face. I can't close this. Oh, God. Okay. Huh. Yeah, not much about her family. But yeah, okay. Let me stop there. Yeah. But yeah, household of polygamy. Doesn't sound healthy to me either. Think K-On was made... What? Did people think K-On was made by guys? Interesting. Media probably did that. K-On? I don't remember if K-On's made by... You know what? Let's find out. Let's look at what K-On... Who made K-On, huh? Let's go. K-On. I know... It was... Who made it? Let's go to my anime list. No, let's go to Annie list. My Annie list. My preferred anime list website that I've not updated in a long time. Okay. On. There we go. Staff. Director. Series composition. I don't know who Kakifly is though. They don't have a lot of staff roles though. So director of K-On. Series coordinator. Woman. Man, remember when what's it called? High Guardian Spice says there's no successful animation made by women? X'd out. I have another to add to the list. Oh yeah, Kyoto. That's who it is. Kyoto Animation. That's remember now. Yeah, Kyoto Animation did K-On. right? Kyoto, yeah, I love Kyoto. Kyo Annie, great stuff. What have they done recently? I haven't actually looked at what they're doing. Movie. I don't know what that. Oh, Hibeki Uniformium. Wow. Oh yeah, they do a new one. Heard of High Garden Spice? He got misgendered. Wait. What? What does the director? The director or the writer of High Guardian Spice? Because I know the original like comic creator. I believe they're like they say they're transgender. I don't know what the director. Oh yeah. Hi, Gore Spice. All woman. It's not an all woman work either though. But they did pride themselves to having half of their like general staff being women, and all writers women. Yeah, everyone's room. That's the one. Exactly, Anubis. You know what's up with that. Ray Rodriguez is a guy. Yeah, it's just a guy, or like, do they identify as like trans though? Because I remember, like, there was some weird stuff about Ray Rodriguez. Take a look at their Twitter. Okay, nothing to work with. LinkedIn. Here we go. Oh fuck. I don't want to log into LinkedIn. Oh, okay. He. Let's take a look. Involved his own damn work. He was involved, at least from what I'm seeing from the wiki here. It looks like a dude here. I can say that. I don't know if that is Ray Rodriguez. This looks like a dude. Oh, wait. Trans Day of Visibility. No. Get out of my face, TikTok. I don't care. No. No. Fuck. Fine. You happy? Get out of my face. I don't want to listen to this thing. Oh. Okay. Minus that. Interface. That's exactly it, actually. Was it you, Anubis, that made that video recently? I can't remember who it was, but they... no, Hexen. That was Hexen. Who made a video about, like, shows that... So, to summarize, right? People don't mind political content. It's about how over, like, in your face it is that people are tired of. And I agree with that. That's the biggest problem. Is that a lot of media is too much about browbeating you with that. Hi, Hex, hey, there you are. I was just talking about you, huh? But speak of the devil. Well, yeah. That is I don't know, what is your screen name you prefer me to call you, because I don't really know. I know I see you on Hex on Twitter, but I don't know if I should call you Shinken. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? The people are just don't like the in-your-face stuff. Just watch. I put a comment in his video and I said, well, your video, Shinken. Saying like, yeah, it's not that people don't like political media. It's about media that is entertaining, that has a good way of commentating on politics. Shinken. Oh, have I been reading your name wrong on Twitter then? Oh my, I'm sorry. I'm just calling you Hex because of that. I mean, Shinken. Have I been reading it wrong? Maybe I have been reading it wrong. Whoops. overt propaganda. Exactly, right? Especially current politics, right? Especially when they just beat you over the head with. It's real annoying. Who likes that? Hexen is my light. Oh, but I even advertised it in your video. I didn't even pay attention. Oh yeah, okay, Shinken then. Okay, Shinken it is. But yeah, I really enjoyed that video, by the way. I mean, yeah, I think you can tell by my comment and all that. But yeah, it's just that browbeating. That's the issue with Hard Getting Spice. Absolutely, right? They even advertised it annoyingly, saying like, "Oh my God, we're so proud of like, look how much women we have in this, creative team." It's like, okay, but like, is it good? Is it good? Right? That's the annoying thing about it. It's really odd to have that kind of thing. So, yeah, and it's a very unfortunately American thing. Like I say in the title of this thumbnail, like it's America's worst export. What if I want a cute girls doing cute magic then suffer painfully? Yeah, right. I don't know, Madoka Magica, right? Actually, funny that you mention magical girls and suffering, right? I actually have a story from this is a lighter story that I wanted to talk about today. So on this website, Sora News 24, for adults Pretty Cure anime could be on its way this year. Trademark filing suggests. Also, get your mind out of the gutter. Not that kind of adult content. So let me close these tabs just because I don't want too many tabs open right now. People are more happy and enjoy media art that handles politics in general, like Gundam, Code Geass, etc. Universal principle, absolutely. It was a joke, but at least give me a decent story. Also, what? Yeah, okay, yeah. So for adults, get your mind out of the gutter. By the way, just want to say that again. So I think I'm gonna read through this and then let's talk about that. So I haven't watched Pretty Cure in a long time. My last experience with the series was like with these two, and that was like, oh god, a long time ago. But yeah, last month Kodansha announced that the 6 novels would be hitting bookstore shelves. However, all the 4 adults novels were originally released in 2016-15. Were shipped last month, same as their previous editions. Kodansha didn't mention why. Suddenly reprinting the novels, but then they build excitement for upcoming for adults Pretty Cure series. So this tweet here is from a trademark bot that looks at Japanese Twitter accounts for applications, and they started filing for adult Pretty Cure 23 Power of Hope. So that's the Japanese name romanized. It was in Romaji, and so yeah, for adult now. My first honestly thought was like, oh wow, they're making spicy like adult content, if you know what I'm saying, right? But I get the feeling that they're just making a more adult oriented story. Wasn't a great example about that. Goblet Slayer. Whoa, graphic. Had featured things that were very uncomfortable. In the first episode, right? So I mean that adult in that manner. So like Madoka Magica, they suffered a lot. And it wasn't that graphic though. But I would love to, it'd be interesting to see a graphic, magical girl series. Am I on the wrong screen as well? No, I'm not. I'm good on it. Yeah. And I've been on the wrong screen this whole time for chatting. Fuck me. Gundam series handle politics well in the older series. Yep. Recently things get really weird. Film series threw a lot of people out of the loop. I love that. Not because I understand. I was okay. I already knew like, hey, I could be anything I watch could have some shocking stuff. I'm okay with that. What I loved about Goblin Slayer for sure was that it was like a good filter. Like people, if you can't handle it, get out. Not for you then. Right? It was still good in its own right. But yeah, like it definitely was uncomfortable. I felt extremely uncomfortable in that first episode. But a good adult would just ignore the content and just move on. Yes, Guts, that's so right. So that's kind of part of this like kind of childish behavior people have. So kind of like, I don't like it. Don't show me it. It's like, don't watch it then. I like the Proud Family. I know the show addresses issues. But they done the message poorly, like slaves build this country. Colorism episode was okay, not best part, but just okay. I've been really confused about the phrase colorism, actually. Um, I did look into it, but I'm forgetting because I don't really care to look at it. She idiot would cancel things they don't like, even though others like it. Yeah, that's true, right? So maybe familiar with myself with colorism again, because I don't think I liked it. Discrimination based on skin color, also known as colorism or shadism, form prejudice. Isn't that just racism? Oh, well, I've seen people say like, oh, because certain brands want certain races in their thing, so that's why they don't use color. They use colorism. If I recall correctly, Crunchyroll did get some flack for rating Goblin Slayer as a show for teens, which rightfully so. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. They should have rated it way higher. Absolutely. On colorism, it was done extremely poorly. Yeah, okay. I don't know anything about the new Proud Family series. Colorism when black people discriminate against other black people who have lighter or dark skin. Oh, okay. Because I remember there was like a panel interview from Vice, I think it was the other time I was looking at it. And they're like, colorism, but not reverse colorism. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'll not get into the colorism thing then, because I'm not familiar enough to talk about it. Crunchyroll think, yes, so Guts has the right answer to that question, for Leaf. They care more about just trying to get content just push and money instead of actually properly reviewing things, right? Because we have talked about earlier where Funimation bought the rights to interspecies reviewers, and we're like, oh shit, this is not just a regular anime, right? They just wanted licensing. They just want stuff. Like, we just want content, push, right? So, I think the same thing happened with Goblin Slayer. I don't think they properly reviewed it, and that's really irresponsible, obviously. And so this is where I again ask, like, okay, what are subscribers paying for, if not like proper review and a proper website just to watch things? Imagine that, like your main attraction is streaming anime, and yet your video player is like the worst thing I've ever used. I've used piracy sites that do a better job for user experience than Crunchyroll can. Like, again, right? What the heck? The anime is about Monster Girl brothel reviewers remembering until they hold it somewhere. Yeah. The redo of a healer gets the same treatment. Oh, did it? Redo of a healer actually did the same thing? Gosh. Yeah. Oh, I've been meaning to watch that too. For research purposes. Zero and Funimation are horrible curation. They just snap up all licenses they can. Yeah, absolutely, right? That's part of the corporate greed, right? I don't... Redo of a healer has a lot of sexual assault. I'll say that. That's the best way to summarize it. That's probably what Kozaku meant by that. Nowadays, if I want to watch anime, News Asia can provide new bit of content. Okay. I learned a lot. Very scientific. I've been meaning to watch it. I haven't given myself enough time to watch stuff. Are they getting a dub or something? I wouldn't doubt that Redo got a dub. At least Redo got licensed by a company that would actually stick with it. And I don't have to pay dog shit subs for dog shit. Yeah, absolutely. Redo, okay. Oh, actually, remember, similar thing happened with interspecies reviewers, right? Like, after Funimation realized their fuck up, they were like, ah, shit, we gotta cut it. And then Right Stuff was able to distribute it more properly. But as we discussed earlier, Right Stuff got bought out by Crunchyroll. So it's like, oh, man. I've talked about how much of a monopoly Sony has over the Western distribution side, and it's sad. It really is. I want more variety, and with their influence, right? They are hurting the licenses that I do like. I used to love, well, yeah, I still kind of have a little bit of respect for Sentai Filmworks, but again, just with more recent events, I'm like, yeah, okay, Sentai Filmworks is, I can't trust them anymore, right? Like I said on Twitter before with you guys, some of you guys, like, yeah, I can't trust any of these guys. I can't buy stuff. Like, I wish there was a better option, and the best option right now is being able to watch the fan subs, and even better option when I give myself more time, learning Japanese to watch more raw stuff, right? Like that's the better way to do it. That's what I would recommend. And if you want, and I've said it before, if you're financially capable, buy the products directly from Japan. Do it, absolutely do it. Don't give any money to Crunchyroll, Funimation, Sentai Filmworks anymore, right? Like they don't really deserve it in my opinion. People say the anime was made because Japan has a low birth rate. It's a good joke that it caused it, but there's a lot of other social and economic factors that has led to that as well. Only streaming service I like is High Dive because it actually works. Fun fact, Anubis, unless you already know, Sentai Filmworks owns High Dive, and they're the ones that I had faith in before that I've lost now. And I can't recall exactly the moment, but it was a couple weeks ago. So I know people keep boasting about High Dive. I'm like, I can't support Sentai Filmworks. I wanted to for a time. I did. I really did. But no more. We done. Friendship with Sentai Filmworks ends. No new friendship with any other company in the West here for anime content. Really, yeah. So, birth rate. I actually don't know the reason for the low birth rate exactly, but I know part of it is just like the social system is because men are overworked and are not socialized properly to talk to women, because there's a phrase of vegetarian men in Japan, and to give an equivalent, it's like the beta male, right? Like the guy who is not desirable, the guy who's not showing enough masculine traits for women to actually want. That's part of the birth rate problem. I know that for sure, but I'm not remembering what else is causing that as well. And I think part of it is the amount of media, because goddamn, I may not be as aware about the kind of content that's available for us, here in the West, but if you want a bunch of like independent works, DL site is a treasure trove for like independent works. I have one of my favorite VTubers who do ASMR stuff on there. Mwah, great stuff. And she's indie and she puts a lot of stuff there. They have books, they have games, they have just artwork in general, ASMR voice work, stuff you can buy just like outright to use in your own work, because I've bought some music off of there too, right? So yeah, that's the access to such content might be a problem, and I do admit there's some content up there in the DL site for like stuff for that kind of almost substitute an intimate relationship on there. Shinken, I bet you have a lot to say about it. I should look into it as well. Japan has a thriving ecosystem for indie works. Yeah, so maybe I'm not that ignorant, huh? I can't think of any particular site that distributes a lot of indie work in like a big system in a proper way. Because it's so fractured over here. Everyone wants their own version of that, right? Because that joke, if you've seen like a comic from XKCD, it's like, we want to make a new standard so that we can unify all the standards. There's one more new standard. Yeah, there's not enough support for indie works here in the West. From what I know, it's nothing similar to DL site at all. I'm actually curious. What if I go to DL site? Can I show the kind of content they have? Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Uh, they have the Comiket Wonder Festival. I don't know about Wonder Festival. I haven't heard of that actually. No, Comiket. Oh fuck! I closed the tab. There and then there. Wonder Festival. Where people sell individual works and get a way to live in the industry. Absolutely, yeah. And what's even more fun is that, from what I know as well, a lot of even established artists even sell their works there too. Oh, for figure. Wasn't that? Didn't it happen recently? I thought I heard something recently about that Wonderfest happening. 2023, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, it was. It was last month. Huh. Oh, it's right. Oh, damn. Cool. Wait. Do people like do indies like do people make their own figures and sell them there? Oh, that's so cool if that's what it is. I'm twice a year. Yeah, I see. There's a winter version. So. Oh, summer and winter. Ah. Oh, Garage Kid figure. I love. I remember a while ago I was watching a streamer, and they showed off this really cool, Gura Garage Kit. Let me see, Gura Garage Kit. Oh yeah, it was so cool. God damn. Let me link it for you guys to watch it later. But like, Gynax. Gynax! Yeah, my boys! My boys! Yeah, I love Gynax. I love one of their sister companies. Oh no, I can't remember the name now. I feel bad. I love their studio. I totally am not just looking it up right now. Oh, I swear, come on. Okay, Gynax definitely made Gurren Lagann. Studio Trigger, yeah! I love me some Studio Trigger. Goddamn. They did such a great job in Star Wars Visions. By the way, watch Star Wars Visions. Definitely worth your time. And I almost forgot that they, Gynax also made Edge Runners. Oh, so good. So good. Oh my god. Otaku no Video is basically the story of how Gynax started in figures and went to making anime. Oh, God bless them. Dad bless them. They made it, man. Otaku no Video. Wait a minute. Oh, I've seen clips of this. Oh, wow. I gotta watch it. I love Gynax. I should watch it. Why haven't I watched it yet? Because I know about it. I just never watched it. Okay, yeah, okay. I gotta watch it. Damn, boy. Yeah, I'll put that in my other tab. I'll throw it in my window that you can't see here. Yeah, wow. God, I love Gynax and Studio Trigger. They're great. I love their work every single time. I just haven't watched anime in a while. It's my fault. I can't blame anyone else. I'm a true AniTuber, right? If I don't watch stuff anymore. Have I become a real AniTuber yet? Gosh. Yeah. I mean, hey, life happens. It's okay. I can still be angry at the internet for ruining things I like. Inferno Cop. Ooh, Inferno Cop. Yeah. It's another one I've been needing to watch. I can't remember. What was that other one that they did recently? Studio Trigger. They did a... Okay, let me find the name then, because I don't remember the name of the show, but Trigger. Not Kill a Kill. I've been meaning to finish that too. No, 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 no. What? Did they do it, or did someone else do it? Promare, that's the one. I've been watching Promare. Trigger work is when supernatural battle becomes commonplace. That name I know of. I never watched it. Oh, I need to watch that now too. But what was it? Promare. That's a movie I've been not watching. I need to watch it. And can I just say, they just revived Kamina. I don't know what the character's name is, but that guy with the big blue hair. Okay, that's basically Kamina too. God bless, he got reincarnated. That dude, he got done dirty, man. He got done dirty, but man, did he add to the story. Oh, God bless you, Kamina. You know, don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. Oh, unforgettable line. It's such a stupid line though, but I love it so much. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, I love Studio Trigger. Don't stop being awesome, guys. Don't ever stop being awesome. Oh. And Gynax, you too. God, I wonder how some people felt when, like, some of the people in the studio, like, oh my god, Gynax is animating our show. I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome to know. Like, man, one of the coolest studios is to animate your show. I'd be honored. Fuck. Oh, one of these. You know what? I gotta say, right? I maybe I haven't hinted at this before, but I am writing a story with a friend of mine, and our goal is to get it animated. Absolutely a goal of ours. Get it animated. Like big goals. But you know what? What can you do without goals? There's something funny how Little Witch Academia and Kill la Kill and Emerald Cup are the same studio, right? They're so different, but yet, like, yeah, by the way, they all made it's all the same thing. Although I can say, like, Kill la Kill, someone made a really cool documentary a while ago, like that Kill la Kill is like the reverse of like Gurren Lagann in story. I don't remember exactly how they explained it, but it was pretty cool. I'd recommend watching that if you can find it. Kiss Neighbor was an odd one too. But, like, there's certain tells. Like, if you look at, like, all of their animations, there's that, I call it the Studio Trigger sparkle. You know, the diamonds that, you know, show in the show. And then you know that's Studio Trigger when you see it. You know, this diamond shine. Because definitely Kill la Kill uses it. I know definitely Kiss Never used it. Darling the Franxx definitely did. For Little Witch Academia, I'm not sure. Gridman. I think they used it. But yeah, it's a very like Studio Trigger thing. Very much a Studio Trigger thing. I love it so much. Oh, I need to watch that. Damn. Wait, who did the original of that? Wait a minute. I'm on the Wikipedia page for Studio Trigger, right? And apparently, they're doing a new panting stalking animation. I've not yet watched the first one. Oh, no. I need to watch it. It's funny how something as simple as diamonds can be... It's just how they use it, right? And it's great. Oh, man. Oh. Man, you know what would be a dream of mine? Studio Trigger, animate my show. Animate my book, please. You know what? Why not? That's a goal, you know? Hey, if it's not studio, I'm fine with any Japanese studio doing it. But, like, if my book is animated like that, oh, that'd be a dream. Ugh. Ugh. I would love it. A man can dream. A man can dream. Oh, man. Yeah, I have a hard-on for certain studios. Who else was part of that? Star Wars Visions. That is the goal. Yeah, boy. Let's go, Shinken. Let's go. But yeah, Visions. I'm forgetting what studios were part of it. We got Colorido. You can clip it. You know what? Go ahead. I do have a heart for certain studios, man. Like Trigger for sure, Gynex for sure. Um, Production IG. Mm. Let's start building the production committee. Oh God, I know nothing about that. God, I'm absolutely like small brain in knowing anything about how entertainment industry works. I'll be honest. I talk big, okay, but I really don't know. But oh yeah, man, I'm down for that. Like if I welcome any help in that sort of thing. Oh man, but yeah, I have a hard on for certain studios. Like I said, those three are my big ones. Who else is what studio did Golden Time? Golden Time. I swear they also were like really great. I know a lot about In Theory. Hey, it's better than nothing. I respect it. JC Staff. Oh, I love JC Staff too. They have done a lot. It's my friend's favorite series that he keeps telling me to finish. I haven't watched yet. Toradora. God, I need to finish that. They did Food Wars. Great. One Punch Man Season 2. Great. They did Maid Sama, which I need to finish. I've put that off forever. They did Prison School. They did Index. Oh, the Familiar Zero. Oh, Familiar Zero. Okay, I know it might be just trash by today's standards, but I love the Familiar Zero. Yeah, I still need to finish Toradora. I haven't even started it. Ugh. They did Konosuba? Oh yeah, my boys did Konosuba. What else? They didn't. Oh, God bless. They did Way of the House Husband. Yeah, my boys. Oh, JC Staff. You just winning. What else do they do? That I recognize. That's a weird one. They did the something two-hit combo mom isekai. Weird. Shekugano Shan. I've never finished that. Oh, I should finish that too. Good work. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. Where's another one I recognize? Come on. I have not watched a lot. Yeah. Oh, no. I think the list is huge though, so I'm gonna stop looking at the list because it's probably not gonna recognize anything else though. Because I've only watched more of their like stuff from the past like what 15 years. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I have a bias clearly of certain studios. Not saying any other studio is bad. I'm just like I like ones that I like, and I'll continue watching and looking at their stuff. You know, can't stop me, won't stop me, and probably should actually watch stuff again. I should also use it for research purposes. That's a good thing. Like I said, I'm writing my book, so I better know what I'm doing. So yeah, man, hard on for certain studios. I don't even know how we got on this topic, but I love it. I feel you, Four Leaf. I feel you. I think the last thing I watched, like all the way through, was Edge Runners. Because before that was Star Wars Visions. Oh, yeah. Gotcha Kuta? Fukuta. It's Gotcha Futa. Sorry. Gotcha Kuta. I have not heard of it. Manga series. Living in the slums of a wealthy town. Rudo and his foster father. Legto try to coexist with the town's residents. despises the wastefulness of upper class. Ignoring warnings from those around him, Rudo rummages town's garbage in search of anything useful values from the abyss, a massive hole where considerable amount of trash is dumped, including people. Rudo's biological father was one such person. Oh, having thrown into the abyss after accused of murder. One day, running a mysterious figure on the way home, Rudo returns to Legto's dying body on the floor. Immediately found at the scene charged with murder. No one believes him, claims incidents. Oh, and thrown into the abyss. Oh, instead of dying, however, he finds himself strange, smell-following place thrown by monsters made out of trash. When Rudo is attacked by monsters, he is saved by a man named Engine, who reveals himself to be a janitor, someone who uses special weapons called Jinkis, to combat these creatures. In order to get his revenge on who killed Legto, I can't read that name for some reason, Rudo reluctantly becomes a janitor to fight his way back up from the abyss. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds interesting. And I'm guilty of not reading. Okay. So I'll try to put that on the list. I'll put it on the list. Anylist.co. Let's go with that. Gachiakuta. Oh, no. There. Bop. Come on, find it. Come on, buddy. You can find it. Yeah. Add it to the list. Plan to read. No, wait. Yes, good. Almighty janitor. You know, when I first heard janitor, I'm like, I was thinking about that one, like, was it 4chan thing someone did with the Colonel from Metal Gear. Like, do you know the Jannies? Maoyusha. Something hero. Arc enemy hero. Known as Maoyu. Light novel series. Oh, as an anime recently. In a world involved by humans and demons. Demons, great. Fantasy. Humans' greatest hero invades the demon's castle in hopes of vanquishing her. Okay. Yeah. Instead of fighting back, the queen proposes an alliance with Hero. Explains how sudden end to the war could bring further chaos to the world. The humans who were united to stand against the common enemies eventually go back to fighting amongst themselves, with similar issues already occurring in the demon realm. Oh. She right though. Convinced by her words, the hero joins forces with the queen, and together they execute a plan to bring prosperity and lasting peace to both humans and demons alike. Oh, that's a great plot summary. Wow, I like that. Wow, I'm gonna add that to the list. Maoyusha. I like that idea. All right, gonna add to the list. I have never watched it before. I've seen images. Planning. Great. I've not been reading much. The only thing you can say that I read, you know, I daily read doujins of a particular kind. You know, research time, as one does. Yeah, right? That counts as reading stuff, right? I read manga, I read doujins. Definitely. I swear I do. Yeah. That's what I know what to do, man. Yeah, you fellow man of culture Skittles. Wow, thank you for being my presence as well. You know, you deserve that too. Does it have demons? Sometimes it does. Let's see if I can find a title for you. Let's see. Yeah, let's bring up a title for you. Let's see one of with demons. Okay, let me figure out which one's got demons in it. Oh, I got a lovely one for you. And Ane Narumono. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. If you want me to write a name, I can write out the name for you. Yeah. Good stuff. That's a demon, right? That counts as a demon, right? What else is a demon? Let's see. Let's see the original ones. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, let's see the other ones. Let's see the other ones. That's an original title. All right. What's another original title we got here? No. Yeah, he's original. Let me see if it is. I want to be sure about it. I am not a bot. Yes. Let me know the site. Come on, buddy. Oh, it is original. Yeah. You know, it's called Asaka Kura Hakase no Biboroko. Four leaf. I think you can guess what it is at this point. You should. I don't think I can put enough hints right now. It's research purposes. You know? Research purposes. Ane Narumono. Recommend. I mean, depending on the person, recommend. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Yeah. You know? Research purposes. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get with it. Yeah, I read. Sometimes just repetitive. It's the same stuff, you know. You gotta re-enjoy stuff you like. Oh, which reminds me. Oh, guys. Okay, I need to arrange stuff with my friends for this weekend. We haven't talked about this yet. I want to watch John Wick 4. I'm so excited for John Wick 4. I love the John Wick series. And I saw some rumors that they're like pausing on John Wick after this one. I'm fine with it. I hope that this movie's a good, like, satisfying ending for now. But I also heard they were doing like a spin-off. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's see, spin-off. John Wick. Mr. Vic. Yo, I love it. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Big boss. Big banana boss. Triple B in the house here. Let's see. So, it's called Ballerina. And I know Keanu Reeves is producing. Let's see. So, there's not much we know. I mean, like, what? Collider's got a list of things, but, like... John Wick spin-offs. Let's see what we got. Films. Ballerina, upcoming film. They don't know release date. Ooh, principal photography began November 22. Oh, in Prague or Prague. Ooh. I guess a ballerina possibly. Like, from what I can guess, it might be following one of the other. If we know that, you guys know the plot, it might be following one of the, people who learnt under John Wick's mentors, because he grew up in a foster home, right, of like other highly trained assassins, and it might be that one of the ballerinas in that group is what we're following here. That'd be really cool. But I'm so sad we don't get anything. Oh, that's kind of sad to hear. I forgot about that. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Forgot. We're talking about what was it? Lance Reddick. He passed away. Rest his soul. Rest in peace. This was his last movie in the John Wick franchise. Damn. Apparently takes place between Parabellum and Chapter 4. Huh. Okay, cool. My normal username isn't the best, so I changed it to Banana instead of the original. Yes, they did leave. Mpreg? I said in Prague. I'm sorry, I can't read. Please be patient with me. I'm a little slow. Oh, whoa. Oh. It's in Prague. Is that pronounced Prague? It's the city in the Czech Republic. I believe it's Prague. How do you... Is there a pronunciation thing? Oh, there's no pronunciation thing. Yeah, ugh. No. It Prague, as in the city Prague. Yeah, I can't speak, man. I told you guys I'm kind of tired from the day. Man, okay, I'm excited though. Yeah, I need to arrange things with my friends to watch that movie. Like, really, we do. So, oh man, I can't wait. It may be the last one for now. But man, I love John Wick. I'm gonna be that sucker that buys another Blu-ray collection of John Wick. Okay, I admit that. I have a steelbook of John Wick 3. Yeah, it's okay. Everyone has those moments of misspelling, but man, I got things that I love collecting, and yeah, I mean, one of the things I actually want to be proud of, I'm gonna show it off. I've showed it off in the stream before. It's like right over here, over that way, on the shelf. I'm gonna bring it on screen. One of the things I'm proud to collect. So I'll be right back. There you are. Yeah. Ugh. You guys want to talk about being like, a consumer? One of the things I dropped. Is it still okay? It's still okay. Shh. It's still okay. Thanks. I do like my chair too. If you guys, want a good chair recommendation, it's pricey. Okay, it's the IKEA Marcus. Very good chair in my opinion. I cannot give it up for a gaming chair. I hate gaming chairs. They not comfort me. So consumer moment. I got the 5th volume of the Helpful Fox Senko-san, right there. Because I love the anime is great. I can't read this for shit, and it comes with a bonus audio set. As you can see, it's a little thicker than a regular book. And it comes with an audio thing. So yeah. So I've kept it sealed, as you can see, right? It's sealed because I don't want to open it. But I don't feel bad about pirating the audio because I bought it. I want to enjoy it still, and I still have this in this seal. Like, mwah. So yeah, consumer moment. Consumer moment. Another thing I bought. Maybe I should stop. No, no, don't go too far, Nelly. Don't go too far now. Man rocking the high chair. It looks like the chair at the end of a grand hall. It's a very comfy chair. Very, very comfy chair. And you can lean on it. Let me see if I can show you how far I can lean on it. So, let's see. I think it's this side. Oh, God. Oh, it's pretty comfy to... It's pretty comfy to lean on here. I don't know if you can see how far... I mean... It's pretty nice to sleep on. I've actually I've napped on this chair before. It's real good. Oh, okay. Let's put it back up now. There we go. Oh, yeah. I like. Yeah. I love my waifus. My first waifu. Well, I don't know if it's my first. One of the early wife. Like. I 10 years ago, first waifu at least. My very first waifu. I don't know if I said. Sailor Mars. I have no merchandise of Sailor Mars. Sorry. I don't have any of that. I do have of my like very lovely waifu, um, Kogo Kaga from Golden Time though. That's why I mentioned it before. I love Golden Time. Good show. Good show. And then again Haruhi. I love Haruhi. Jinx. I know what they say about putting it in crazy, but it's Jinx though. And then you can see I love Arish Kagal. I don't remember when I got her though. I really don't remember when. And like I've talked about this before, but like that is not a waifu. That is not a waifu. This is my girl, my mascot. One of these days you can get merch of her. One of these days you'll get a Daki of her. I swear. Right, that's a goal too. Okay. Goal alpha. Get my book animated by a Japanese studio, specifically Trigger. Goal bravo. Daki of my girl here. That's a bit more achievable, in my opinion. Yeah, 2 big goals. Does it say anything about me if I first husbando for it? Could I hazard a guess who this husbando is? I'm just a normal anime watcher, so just watch anime about them unless they're top tier. Hey, fair enough. And everyone has their own version of top tier, right? If you're husbando, first husbando. Okay. Like, my very first guess, because there's a meme about it. I saw this meme. Is it Where Garurumon? That's my first guess. Because that's a guy. And he's kind of furry. That's my guess. Oh, so I'm wrong about that. Let me go. Garurumon. Where Garurumon? Is that your first husbando? Could it also... Ooh, it's like, how is furry? I don't know if it's furry. Is it Inuyasha? Because I don't know if he counts as furry, though. I don't know if that's an accurate guess. Okay. What's a third guess I got? Furry husbando. Is it a Pokemon? Close. Close? Is it the same? Is it the same series? Oh, hey, thanks for subbing, dude. I forgot that works. Box. It's a human. I don't know if that counts as furry, though. This doesn't count as furry, in my opinion, at least. Okay. So, it's a guy with animal ears and a tail. So that's what we mean by close. Okay. Oh, so it doesn't work that well. Okay. Thanks. Thanks Streamlabs. I think Streamlabs was what I... No, Stream Elements. So I'll take a look into that again then. That's weird, though. It took so long. I should also maybe temper that and not have it play every single time someone subs, because that'd be funny as hell if I get too much. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You can tell me now. Wait, chopped... Wait, yeah, don't tell me. Wait. Tail chopped off? The only other, like... I can't pronounce that name. So I'm just gonna copy-paste that. I've never heard of this show in my life, or visual novel. Benawi. Be. Oh god, I can't spell. Benawi. Underwater Ray Romano. I don't know anything about Ray Romano either. It works, but rumors like this. But yeah, it's a bit of time. Yeah, weird. I'll take a look into it. Yeah. Take a look into that. Wow, I know nothing about this. But what does he like? Can he turn into? Let's see. I'm gonna read spoilers. Personality, biography, relationships. Does he have he doesn't have ears, does he? He is a handsome dude. He doesn't have. I don't see any images with him with ears. I might be not looking properly at images of him. Oh, I can kind of see it. Okay. Don't worry, I'm close about anime talking. Oh, okay, wait. Ears. Come on, give me a good shot of his ears. Somebody give me a good shot of his ears. Is that it? Oh, they're pointy. Yeah, they're pointy. Okay. What kind of, I guess, creature is he based off of? Definitely, there's too many pointed ear characters that I'm like, what are you? Because for some reason, some anime, like, vampires have pointed ears. I'm like, what made you think vampires have pointed ears? Like, my first thought about, like, you didn't even know? Okay, cool. So it's never explained in them, but he's, like, very, very, very light furry, if even anything. So, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So we're on the same page with that. Thank goodness. Okay. Dog girls and girls with wings exist in that world. I'm assuming, yeah. That's a weird name though. I can't even pronounce. Can I? Let me see if I can try to pronounce it. So let me see it bigger. Uta Wade Uto Wade Rumono. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna even try to say it full speed though. Oh god. Yeah, okay. I'm satisfied with what I said and what you sent. Good enough. I try here and there, you know. Language is hard. I'll get there. Uto wade ruru mono. The second the ru, so hard. I can't believe I'm talking about my first husbando. It's okay. Hey, it's good. We welcome the husbandos and waifus here. So like we share this moment here. Like talk about Sailor Mars being my first waifu. You talking about your first husbando in his name that I just forgot, Benawi. Yeah. We talk about all kinds of things here. Yeah. Oh, I haven't gained any waifus recently, but I definitely horny post in my my friend's Discord server. We do a little silliness over there. What was it? Let's see. Oh yeah, the latest character we lusted over was Misato from Evangelion. Best woman, not best girl. Am I right? Ape strong together. Handshake indeed. Damn, yeah. And yeah, there it is. That's the handshake emoji we need. Damn, yeah. Uh, oh, okay. Yeah, we're done that. We're done that. Uh, do I want to do one more story? I do want to do one more story for the night. Each emojis, they are a bit weird. Yeah, they don't. You definitely can't copy paste from Discord because I think that's what you did. Um, so one more story for tonight. It's a really short one. So let's go over the proper screen here. Wacha. From Niche Gamer. I love these guys. This is also very based. Maid Cafe in UK is hiring more workers despite politician complaints. Such a Chad move. Such a Chad move. I'm surprised they actually have one as well. My Discord definitely small. I agree. Like, I'm I would love to have more people. There's not a lot of people who participate, which is fine. Things are small. It's manageable. It's great. I've tried to promote it before on other things. I should promote it more for sure. But also, I've been warned about having a Discord server as well, so I'm kind of worried. I might not promote it more. Iffy on it. But yeah, Maid Cafes, interesting. Because there was one in my city, but it closed down quite quickly. It's called Animade. They're hiring more staff, and so despite local politicians' contempt for the establishment, Manchester councilwoman from Erston Ward, Joanne Harding, reportedly said that the establishment made her flesh crawl. She further expressed concern about Animade's rule of no. This is really weird. I don't get it. Okay. She further expressed concern about the Animade's rule of not touching maids and not asking to touch the maids, lamenting that such a rule shouldn't need to exist. The cafe also sells anime-related merch and figures. Like, isn't this just a good safety thing as a rule? Like, if you looked, I'm sort of a veteran of Discord at this point, and yeah, just going to be bouncing out, if you will. Yeah, it can be. What do you mean by veteran? Are you're saying that your account's old? Because I'm going to snoop your account now. I'm going to snoop your account. June 15th, 2018. That is 5 years ago. That's a while ago. But it's a good just in case rule, honestly, because people... And it's a good rule because some people don't know personal boundaries. It was really weird that she was lamenting that had to be a rule. It's like, why not? Because there's a certain culture around maids that kind of has to do that. But yeah, here's the tweet here. So from Harding herself. What fresh hell is in Manchester? A maid cafe? No touching, asking touch maids. With gender, we have a gender-based violence strategy and ask, is this okay? This made my flesh crawl. I was like, what the fuck? This is good business. Let me read the other rules here. No touching, no asking. Made for personal information. That's just good safety for the staff. No staying in the cafe for longer than 2 hours unless you've been mentioned by the maids. The maids are not therapists. See? Yeah. The maids are not therapists. Please do not ask them how to solve your serious problems. Good. Do not discuss trauma or mental illness with the maids. If you need help, they will push you in the right direction to find professional help. Good. Wow, I like that. Do not linger in the shop or cafe waiting for the maids to talk to you. Good. No loitering, basically. The maids are very busy. Please do not talk to them while they're making drinks or serving other customers. Good rule. Do not stand or behind the side of the till. Do not stand in the doorway. Enjoy your stay. This seems like good business etiquette or cafe etiquette to ask for their guests. I don't get it. This is weird that she had to say like again, some people just don't have personal boundaries. Like, this covers their ass, which is good, right? So if people break these rules, they have good coverage for themselves as well, right? So it's just good safety rules. And it's really weird that like some guy here, Simon Crowther, I don't even know who that is. Simon Crowther. Okay. Someone on Twitter referred it today as Hooter for incels. I mean, isn't Hooter a Hooter for incels? Isn't Hooters for incels though? Like, you don't need to say that for incels part. And even incels is such a weird word these days. People don't know how to use that word. That's hilarious. But yeah. Um, Now, unfortunately, the post they had for hiring is gone. But they had a post saying, "Hey, like we're hiring more people." It's great. Um, oh, Hooters. Well, how do I explain it? We don't have any Hooters here in Canada anymore. It's a very more American restaurant where the waitresses wear very short, like pants, and like very tight t-shirts, so it shows off the figures a lot more. Uh, yeah, that's kind of basically it. It's just a restaurant that has their serving staff dressed in a little bit more provocative clothing. And it's really weird that they compare a maid cafe to that. It's like, yeah, maid cafes are actually dressed more modestly. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's basically a restaurant with provocative waiters and waitresses. Mainly waitresses, though. It's a very men-oriented idea of restaurant. So, all the best to Animate. All the best. Yeah, right? So, like, I don't know what the comparison is to, like, it's Hooters for incels. It's like, nah. So, yeah, get out of here, Simon Crowther. Get out of here, Joanne Harding. Out of here. This is good, wholesome shit. It's more wholesome than actual Hooters. So, like, yeah. Wait. Actually, I want to read. Oh, wait. I just want to read her bio. Hold on a second. Labor and Cooperative Labor Party, of course. Councilwoman Erston Ward. Ovaries of Steel? What is that supposed to mean? Okay, yeah, enough of her. But yeah, it's very much an American thing. It used to, yeah, okay, we used to have some up here. But they closed down. I don't remember exactly why though. But probably not enough business. Like it's unfortunate. A lot of businesses don't last in Canada. They really don't. Like any new businesses, at least. It's funny that have such a contrast. Yeah, the overview of steel part, very cringy, very very cringy. I don't know why people need to say those sort of things online. It's like, you're a councilwoman. What the hell? What are you saying that for? But yeah, politicians, low standards. It's okay. Oh, and banana. I don't know if you wanna. I'm gonna gloat a bit. If you like, click on my profile. You'll see me at the very top. Obviously, it's Void Ruler. You want to see how old my account is? Just to flex a bit, maybe. No, I can't. No, I shouldn't show my private stuff. Can I show it here like this? Oh no, I cannot. Okay, not a problem. But yeah, politics on Twitter is very weird. It's a good way to connect to people, but then some of them say things, say too much. Which reminds me of someone talking about, like, there's a weird symptom of celebrities not being celebrities anymore because people have such access to them, and they also just spout whatever they want. They don't have control from their managers or agents about what they say on there. That's a bit of a problem. Oldest account, eh? One of the oldest. I've seen a few people with a few weeks older accounts. And I'm sure even older accounts are the YouTubers and streamers that originally promoted Discord in the first place. So yeah, kind of proud. I'm a vet of that sort. I'm not a vet of, like, I know how to run a server, but I have a decent idea. I mean, I have one. We'll see what happens in the future of it, of course. But yeah, just flexing a bit, one of the oldest Discord accounts for sure. But one of, like, many of thousands, because I know a lot of people joined during that whole time when Discord was like, hey, you advertise our Discord, our product Discord. I still enjoy Discord. I don't think there's anything wrong with Discord yet. There have been rumors about them, like, actually more things than they showed up, but that's not a huge problem so far. Um, yeah, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, that was the last story I wanted to talk about. It's just really funny when people talk about that sort of thing. I've run servers before. I'm an admin, so I better see it. Oh, okay. Okay, so you have experience in that. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. That will be noted. I'm just gonna, just do a little note here. Ba, 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 ba. Um, there we go. Oh, I can't do that, huh? Oh, there we go. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah. I think, wow, okay, I shouldn't say these sort of things, but, whatever. My stream. I'm surprised I was able to fill out, the 2 hours I usually do, with the topics that we talked about. I really thought the middle part's what you go by. Okay, yeah. I'm quite surprised. Vegas. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm surprised I filled out the 2 hours I usually do on streams because I thought I only like a couple stories that were interesting. But I like to talk, as you guys can tell, which is the reason why I do these weekly streams. And maybe next week then, or maybe in the coming week, or depending on that, I may do an art stream because I am a very amateur pixel artist. And I enjoy your company, guys. I really do. So I'm going to show off what I know about pixel art, make some pixel art of stuff that I have. I had a few stuff planned today if I didn't have enough topics or I didn't talk enough. But as you can tell, maybe we have a knack of just talking. So it's been fun for sure. I think I'll sign off for the night. Good story myself. With pixel art. So in comparison to Fire Emblem games, kind of godly. Yeah, I want to learn from those games for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off for tonight. I enjoy all of your company. So see you guys next week. I'm gonna schedule another stream. Skittles, thanks for joining me. Four Leaf, Big Bananas, anyone else in the chat right now. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great time. I'm gonna be professional and not queue up the end screen. Good night.